Hi, my name's Josh, and I live in Central Florida, and I really like to garden. So today I just kind of want to talk to you about my experiences that I've had with the square foot gardening method, and kind of why I'm choosing not to really follow its guidelines anymore. I think that they give you some unrealistic expectations. The first garden I ever planted was a square foot garden, and it failed for a lot of reasons, not just following the planting guidelines. The location was wrong. I didn't really know what I was doing when it came to fertilizing, or bugs, or watering, or building the soil, or anything like that. So yeah, it's not the only reason it failed, but I do think the square foot gardening method kind of sets some unrealistic expectations for anybody who hasn't grown vegetables before. The spacing guidelines that they give for some plants, I think, are a little too much, and for some other plants, I think it's not enough. So yeah, let me show you my gardens now, and kind of how I've planned them out, and then we can kind of I'll just show you how I've kind of planned them out and why I'm not using the square foot gardening method. So yeah. So this garden's doing really well right now. It's the beginning of the year, so I'm about to start clearing this garden out and putting some new stuff in here. This was a basil plant, this dead guy right here. But he's got a bunch of seeds and stuff on there that I'm probably just going to scatter everywhere and see what happens. But I'm going to rip him out. I'm going to clean up this milkweed as well as all these other weeds in there. So I'll have this whole middle of the garden to work with. I would say that's a space of about 3 feet by 2.5 feet or so. So like if I were to follow the square foot gardening method's rules, online I found that they say per square foot you can fit 9 bean plants in there. I've found that to be completely unrealistic. That would way overgrow the garden. So I think what I'm going to do after I clear this out is, instead of following that, I'm just going to scatter some bean seeds like on the back half there. I think I'm going to do a bush variety instead of a vining type. I just like that better. I don't have to worry about a trellis or anything. And as they pop up, I'm just going to kind of thin them out, like in no particular order. I think the plants will fill up the space that's kind of allotted there. Some plants might be bigger, some plants might be smaller than the other ones, but I've found that just to be a way easier process. So I could probably, my guess in this space is fit about 4 beans, 4 bush beans, and then up here on the front, kind of where this basil is, I think I'm going to plant a bushing variety of cucumber. So instead of getting, like, according to the square foot gardening method, I could get like 30 bean plants in there. I think I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to plant like maybe 4 or 5 beans and a bushing cucumber in that area and see what happens. I'll definitely take a video though as that progresses. But I kind of wanted to show you the method I used with my kale, as far as like planting it and planting it. In this area, I think I've got like 6 kale plants, which is maybe a 2 by 2, something like that. Different than the numbers that the square foot gardening method recommends, but for this, what I did was I just scattered my plants everywhere, like scattered the seeds everywhere, like I said I'd do with the beans, and just thinned them out as they came up. Like you can see, those 2 plants are kind of close to each other, but they're both growing very well. I haven't had a problem with harvests. We've been eating kale like twice a week. So yeah, this kale is growing pretty good with that method, and I think I'm going to continue to use it and not really listen to the square foot gardening's recommendation. But yeah, if you like have any other questions about layouts of your garden, kind of like the way I'm thinking about it, thinking not so much just in like space, but also in layers, you can head over to my website. It's flgardening.com/layouts. Some of the varieties I recommend are specifically for Florida, because that's where I'm at in Central Florida. But I think that the principles will apply to pretty much any garden, and you can apply it to wherever you're growing. So yeah, I really hope that this video helps you with the layouts of your garden. Yeah, and have a good day. Cool.